So for those who don't know out there, hops, where you make beer, or they add flavor to the beer.
Yes.
Hops are a cousin of cannabis. So that's why when we're talking about HLVD, we're talking about hop latent viral disease. Now it started in hops, and since they're cousins and they're closely related, it jumped from hops to cannabis, and now that's why we had to deal with that. And everybody was calling it the COVID of cannabis, blah blah blah. We've talked about that in previous episodes. Go back and look at the other episodes, and you'll know about that. But
yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Who knows when that happened? We still don't know. To your point, man, like we don't know when the plant said, "I'm going to express inward for hemp and outward for cannabis sativa L." Like somewhere centuries ago, this plant is just like, you go your way, I go mine. But to your point, so many people don't realize if you allowed a hop to actually blossom outward, it looked like a bud.
Yes, and they do, and that's what the beautiful thing, because I used to work for a brewery, and so one of the things that I loved weed. I've loved weed my whole life, like adult life. But when I went and worked at that brewery, I went into the back one day, and they had the big bag of hops.
Oh, nice!
Oh my God, it was beautiful. I went in there and I just started smelling them. I'm like, it's like weed. They all have their different terps. It's absolutely cool, man. So cool. Now, they were just using regular old garbage bags. If they would have had the terp locks back then,
that's it.
That would have been something. Now, do you guys make that big of a size of bags? What's the biggest size you guys make?
Yeah, the biggest size we make right now is a 5 kilo or a 10 pound, which is huge overseas. But we did at one point when the Farm Bill of 2018 passed. We had a lot of people in the hemp space that are like, hey, I need to store. So we had something called the Super Sack, which held, my gosh, I want to say it was closer to like 100 pounds or something. It was insane. It was a huge, same technology, because everything we make, this substrate that we use, rather the terp block be black or white or clear, it's all the same technology as far as these layers of polymer. But that is a huge bag. And even like I said, even some of the larger boys that use us over across the pond, like the most they'll store is typically 5 kilos. They'll do batches about, and it's a good, when people see, I love it, man. We put it out, in front of the expo floor, when we're setting up our booth. And you always have guys come, dude, I got a picture of that. Let me pick it. It'd be so dope if it's full of weed. And I'm like, if we were back in California, I can make that happen. Not here, man. So, but it's a dope bag. We actually had, who was it? Joey Bravo from Respect My Region.